We are back for season number 5 with our Arizona Coyotes rebuild here in Franchise Hockey Manager 12. So, we have a couple housekeeping notes before we get into the actual good stuff in the video. There's a couple things I want to address with this team specifically. It was very underwhelming. It was a very underwhelming year, and changes need to be made. Some changes have already started. We ended up getting Philip Kurashev from the San Jose Sharks in exchange for, I believe it was Barrett Hayton. So we got rid of Barrett Hayton. He wanted a massive extension, and that's not something I'm really wanting to fork out right now. So yeah, we ended up getting Kurashev. I think he'll add depth to our team. He'll be a good third-line player for us. We do have a couple big issues, though. We are a team that is slipping away. We had a good year in year number 3. Year number 4, we ended up dropping back down to reality a little bit. So year 5, we need to take some massive steps forward and push this team into the playoff contention. So this is kind of the plan I got going forward. I'm going to work up some trades at the draft. I have a couple in mind that we'll talk about really quick. I love this top line of Nyes, Malhotra, and Steinberg. Or Steinberg. That's probably how you pronounce that there. You gotta forgive me too, I'm a little rusty. It has legitimately been weeks since I've done a recording. Just got really busy with the Olympics and my schooling as well. So I do apologize for that. Obviously you guys aren't gonna notice anything if you're watching this later on. If you aren't, and you're trying to keep up with the series as I upload, you'll notice there's a decent gap in between uploads. It was nice, I did get another video done. Go check that out when you have the moment. It is the Toronto Maple Leafs, my thoughts and opinions on some trades they can make at the trade deadline this year in 2026. And some off-season moves I think they can make as well. Anyways, back to the video. So yes, Kurashev, we got rid of, not Malhotra, but Barrett Hayton, there we go. And I have a couple ideas for the top 6. I think that's really where we need to improve. I think top 6, if you get another player, another piece, it can really push us ahead. Now, that being said, bottom 6 wise, I want to give Blake Chorney. We ended up picking him up in a trade as well. We gave up Josh Doan for Blake Chorney here, and we got a 7th round pick in this year's draft. I want to give him the opportunity to play some third line minutes for us. So I think that's where that'll go. I think it'll be Chorney and Kurashev there. And then we have to add a third line center. I think Parker Kelly would be a great 4th line option. Maybe bring back Miroslav Hlinka. We could definitely be bringing in Handby or Liam Arsenault as well. I think Arsenault could be an alright option on that 4th line. I think he is someone we can add to the team now. Callie Nordstrom. Who in the world and why am I not remembering this player? He's going to go down to Hamilton. That's weird. He shouldn't have been up there. But yeah, I think the bottom 6 is not something we really need to worry about quite yet. I do want to get a 3rd line center. I think giving Maddox Schultz and Tyler Longo time in the AHL would be very beneficial for them. It's going to be Adam Bennett going back. Bennett has just not been what I needed him to be. He's played 3 years for us. I did sign him. This is kind of going to be a sign and trade. He just signed this deal, so he's played 3 years for us. I would love to give him some more time, but honestly, like, those point totals he did get hurt last year, but those point totals, even in 57 games, with the plus minus the way it is, Bennick is just not what I need. If he kind of hovered around the 40-point mark again, maybe I'd be willing to give him a chance to kind of prove himself, but he's 23. I want to kind of capitalize on his value, and I think going back to the Carolina Hurricanes, this is just the place he needs to thrive. Let's check this out first. Let's check out the playoff tree for last year. And there it is. So your first round opponents, the Maple Leafs did not make it. I'm a Maple Leafs fan, so that would have been pretty cool to see them make it. I don't know how often they've... I can't remember if they've made a Stanley Cup final in this, to be honest with you. I feel like they might have. But yes, the Blackhawks did get beat in 6 games to the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal fans, you won a cup before the Leafs. Congratulations. Not before Ottawa, though. Ottawa got bounced in the first round. Buffalo, Montreal beat up on Boston. Florida beat up on Philly. New Jersey ended up getting the conference final. That's pretty cool there in the East. In the West, no Mitch Marner on Vegas. Interesting. Oh, and Buffalo has Matthew Schaefer as well, so that would have been cool to see him push through. He's one of my favorite players right now, actually. Just his explosiveness on the back end, you know, that being that wild card, Cale Makar-esque player. I'm interested to see how his career is going to turn out. But over on the West, we have LA, Chicago. Chicago beat up on LA. Utah ended up getting to the second round against Winnipeg. Edmonton pushed through to the second round. Still no cup for Connor McDavid. Do they have one? They do. Okay. They do have a cup. Did they beat Toronto? And now I want to go check that out. I think I'm going to. Calgary there. So yeah, Carolina, they did make the playoffs last year. So maybe getting rid of Barkey's not the move. I don't know. I think the trade could go either way. The trade really could, because they're getting a player who might break out and score you 60, 70 points. Who knows what Bennick can do, right? So I think it doesn't put them too far behind. It gets them a younger core to play around Aho, who's aging, and Seth Jarvis. Anyways, enough rambling. I will get us up to the draft lottery so we can see where we select. And I'll get through the draft. And then, yeah, I'll make the trades during the draft. It's a lot easier. Teams respond right away to their trade proposals. So yeah, let's get up to the draft. All right, we're up here at the draft lottery. Do have some exciting news for after the draft lottery, and I'll probably keep you on board. Only because you know the plans already. I'll probably keep you on board for the signing of the depth and the signing of the third line center. Anyways, let's get through this lottery. The Islanders stay. No movement through the first 4 or 5. The Rangers jump up, so that means we're going to jump back. I think that'll put us back 1. Unless we jump up 2. Blues moved up, so we will, I think, be selecting 7th here. And we are. The Blues and the Rangers both win the draft lottery. The Rangers get the second selection, and the top selection goes to the St. Louis Blues. Very, very interesting. Alright, let us jump up to the NHL entry draft. Let's get through these trades. So the first one we're going to look at making is with the Carolina Hurricanes. Now it's almost like they sensed they were getting Bennick, and they made a move. Now, I want Denver Barkey. Again, I think he'd be just a great add. Barkey isn't extended, is he? No, he's not perfect. So we can kind of see how Barkey works and then extend him ourselves. We'll be giving up Bennick. Would you do it 1-for-1? We'd be below the cap floor. Oh no. Well, I know we'd be below the cap floor. I'm well aware of that. I'm okay with that. I'm glad I'm doing this live because we might force this trade through. Disclaimer, this is the first time I'm ever forcing a trade, but stuff like this, it doesn't make sense. We're in the off season, so of course we'll be adding salary cap. I will obviously make it worth it for them, so they will get whom? I think Vulevet will go here. I think Arsenault will go as well. And do I give up a pick? We're getting 2 prospects. More of a prospect, isn't proven. Played some minutes for us in the NHL, wasn't terrible. They're getting a replacement for Barkey. I think we tack on a 3rd. We have a cap we can bring back. Mintukov, Poirier, nothing. Okay, let's force it. After doing some research, I think Alex Vlasik's going to be the guy. He didn't play very much with the Islanders, but when he played with the Blackhawks, he had a 72 game rating. And the year before that, when he played more minutes, I think he'd look alright in our top 6. Let's see what our scouts have to say about him. Pretty good defenseman. Would be a solid player on most teams in our league. Yeah, I think Vlasik's going to be the guy. Dog, I'd be willing to pay you 6.5 as well. We need to eat up some cap, so I just want to give him some playing time. Now, Boston, do you have anybody I'd be willing to bring back? Honestly, a 7th would do it from 32. Let's do it. Let's bring him in. He's a Regina Pat, so that's going to be interesting adding another one of those. We're not going to sign him. He's going to play his overage here down there. Matthew Nice. We did it. Our captain is signed long term. Matthew Nice. So I did a little bit of finagling with the salary cap. $9 million for the first 4 seasons. I think those will be his best seasons. He's signed until he's 35. And then he'll decrease by $500,000 into the $8.5 million bracket. Alright, up here just past the draft. So I'm a big dumb idiot, and I talked all about taking those screenshots. I totally forgot to, so let's run through the draft. With the 7th overall selection, we selected Klaus. I'm going to go with Klaus Freeman. He looks pretty solid. He's going to get the opportunity to play in the AHL right away. So we will go through and sign him up to a deal. we ended up picking with the 71st overall selection, Kanenko. Pretty good for draft capital in the 3rd round. 2.5 star. Usable guy. We will bring him in right away. He will play in the ECHL with the Flagstaff Silver Spurs. And then with our 2nd, 3rd round selection, we drafted goaltender Darnell Lindholm. He's going to be playing his rookie year with the Denver Pioneers in the NCAA. He played solid in the National Development Program for 3 years straight. I think he can carry that in to the NCAA, and I think he's someone you can kind of look to take a step forward, hopefully out of the NCAA. Hopefully he grows to like 6 foot. That would be real nice. I forgot we also have Donovan Knapp as well, who will not be signed. He'll play in Regina. With the final 3rd round selection, we drafted Anton Sicard. Not even gonna try to put some French pronunciation on it. But yes, he'll be signed right away as well. Get him signed up there. With our 5th round selection, we drafted Kevin Zhao out of London. We'll take away his final year down in London. Could be doing really good for London, but we'll take him. We'll put him in the AHL. And then with our final selection in the draft, we drafted out of Dartmouth, Big Green, Casey Pearson. Honestly, for being a 7th round selection, he played in Swift Current, then played in the AJHL for 2 years. Oh, he played in Swift Current last year, played in the AJHL for 2 years. Before that, put up real good numbers in Swift Current, then made the jump to Dartmouth. Underrated out of the draft. His mental ratings need to go up, become usable for us, but his offensive and defensive stats look real good. He'll be playing in Dartmouth this year. The team is most likely set. I'm gonna get through the training programs. You've seen who we've offered contracts to. Alright, now it's time to jump up to the midway point of the season. Alright, these are the mid-season stats for the Arizona Coyotes. Honestly, very, very underwhelming season. We didn't look great at the midway point. Disclaimer, I totally forgot to screenshot the year-end season stats, so I'll try to get those for you guys going in the next episode. Honestly, not a great season. At the midway point, we ended up getting a lot better going into the end of the season. We finished only 4 points out of a playoff spot, so we did go on a bit of a run there at the end of the season. As you can see, Matthew Nyes was the World Hockey Championship MVP, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool feather in his cap there, as he wins a gold medal with Team USA. But yeah, not a great season for us. Lots of ups and downs. We got smoked by injuries. So there's not much more I can say about it. It's just, it is what it is. We have to definitely build towards something better next season. I need to figure out what the issue is, because it seems like a good team on paper, then we get playing and we get hurt, and we just run into problems. We can't score goals. Our power play is just terrible. So there is some work to be done, but I'm excited to see what next year is going to hold. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.